sumptuous buffet of gorgeous treats and making it look so simple that even I thought I could do it. No, I can't. And I want to thank my husband, who's not paying any attention here, for being patient and letting me abuse his printer and his patience. And I want to introduce my technology assistant here, Bo Nemec. Come up, Bo. Oh, he's adjusting his party hat. Momentito. This is my grandson, Bo.
Oh, wow.
Hi.
He's my tech along with Joan, and he's going to keep my webcam from dissolving on me or something and move props around. So, party hats, not yet. I have to be honest, when I was asked to do this at first, I resisted, as you may remember. I didn't think it was a natural for Barnard ladies to wear silly hats. And I was reluctant to do something that I thought would not be received, you know, but I thought about it for a while and I thought about it some more, and I realized 80 is a big birthday, and we have to definitely mark our 80th birthday, and we are surviving a world-class pandemic, you know, and so we're living in a world of worry, and we're all kind of separated, so we can only see each other on Zoom. And I realized then it's a visual thing. We can do something visual for each other that we can't do in person. We can't reach out and hug each other. We can't kiss each other, but we can send little messages. We can send greetings. We can send smiles. We can make people laugh. And so I thought, okay, party hats, I can do that. So that's why we're doing it. All right. So those of you who have the PDF, have them handy. Nobody's going to have to do anything. Sometimes I think it's easier to see the thing in 3D and see it flat on the paper to know what you're actually looking at. So I thought I'd give you a fashion show first, and that'll be just a few of the hats. And the first guy to model is my husband.
40, you can answer.
I don't know if you can see him there. This is
Oh, yeah.
the college-educated party hat as worn by Robert Ewing. Salutamos. You have that little application. You're not going to find that at Hallmark for an 80th card.
Beautiful.
It looks great on you,
I
Betsy.
like that one.
So he was wearing this September 13th for his birthday party. I was lucky enough to have some young friends do some trial runs with me on these headbands, and they picked right up on it. Sarah said, made it. Not intimidated with the fact it said 80. I think she probably just looked at the 8 or something. Anyway, here's the headband with a badge, 80, and she stuck in a little extra decoration, some feathers that she said found lying around the studio here. So that was number 2. Then you can't have party hats without a crown. So here's a crown. And I'll just hold it close to you. On page 5, I believe it is, you'll see all these words. These are Barnard class of 63 specific slogans. Happy 80th birthday, Barnard. So here we have the crown. And you can go a little further, but you don't need to, but you can go a little further. This one got glued onto metallic cardstock and makes an altogether authentic looking crown. Barnard slogans here. But that may be too much crown for you. I know my very good friend Marlene is wearing a tiara, and in case you don't have one, you can make one.
That's very pretty. I like
Here's a smaller version of the crown.
that. That's cool.
Beautiful.
crown
Oh, I like
with
that.
our little Barnard slogan. And you'll notice I like curling ribbon a lot. Adds a little silliness to the whole thing. Okay, so here's the petite crown. And then I don't know if you know the term a fascinator. It's a fancy cocktail hat and it has a
It
little,
sits sideways.
yes, and it goes blah, 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 over your eyes and it's supposed to fascinate people. So here's the headband with a coffee filter flower, partner of candles, and of course, curling ribbon, a fascinator.
Wonderful.
Cheers.
Oh,
Okay. Now, maybe all of this is too ridiculous.
no.
Let's-
No, no.
No, good. Here we're using still page 5, the Barnard message, but as a circlet, a triple row of them. And this I think is really nice. Very simple.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Elegant. very
as is.
Very 1920s.
It is. Can't say exactly what it is. And then this one is even more petite, very Greek, little, just a single circlet. Again, happy birthday, class of 63, blah, blah. Yes, okay. So we are about ready to learn how to make these things. So Bo, will you clear away these soccer babes starting here? Thank you. So get out those PDFs if you have them. Just one more here. We're going to talk about supplies. Obviously, this is second grade material. This is not rocket science.
Mhm.
The first thing you're going to need for sure, scissors. And nice average size is good. Don't try and use manicure scissors or giant, but whatever you have will be better than your teeth. Okay. Scotch tape, yes, you need Scotch tape. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be double-sided. That might be useful, but you don't need it. But you definitely want Scotch tape. I'm not even looking at my list. Oh, yeah, you can't live without a glue stick.
Hmm.
If you haven't used it before, it's really useful. It just slicks on like a lipstick and then you put the cap back on. It doesn't drip. It doesn't make things wrinkle. I think glue sticks are really underrated. And don't use rubber cement. I don't think that's really useful. For coloring, I really like magic markers. And if you have them, great, use them. If you have crayons, that's fine, use crayons, but I think magic markers are more brilliant. Cardstock and heavy stiff paper, we're going to talk about later, so don't worry about it at the moment. I listed safety pins and straight pins and came to the conclusion, you don't really need them, but you might, but that's not a big deal. Hole punch. Love hole punches. I could have punched a million holes in these things, but didn't do it. I resisted. Love hole punches. And paper clips. Paper clips are really useful for setting up your project and deciding, do I like that or would I rather have something else? It's a it's a transitory stage. And then curling ribbon. Definitely, if you have it, use it. But if you don't have curling ribbon, if you have shoelaces, fine. String, fine. Any kind of ribbon, fine. If you don't want to do this at all, don't do it. That's the way it goes. Okay. So let's start out. With headbands. Now, I figured all of this for copying paper, just as it comes out the printer. So that's why this is page 2. And this is really very obvious. You're going to be cutting on the lines. And bear with me because I'll just do this. You're going to cut on the lines. Oh, thank you, Bo. The actual doing takes more time, as Marlene knows. And some of this I pre-did and some of it I didn't. But I thought it would be interesting to see just how basically simple it is. Throw away the excess. Now you have 4 pieces. Honestly, you're only going to need 3 for most people, but Barnard women have big brains. So if your head is extra big, there's another one here for Barnard brains. Fold it in half. I say on the dotted line, but basically in half, and crease it with your fingernail. Make a nice. And this is in case you don't have stiffer paper. Anything can be done. Anything can be done with a copier paper. So let's say we know 3 is going to be enough, which I think it will. I'm modeling for you. Let's use the glue stick and just put a slick of glue down the length. Oop, gotta roll it up. A slick of glue down the length of the headband. No rocket science here. Okay, smooth it down. Voila. With the crease side away from you, Scotch tape them, overlap. What would I say? Maybe the width of your little finger. Doesn't matter. Somebody's coming.
Hello.
Hello?
Mute, please.
Okay, so at long last, here's our headband. Leave the ends open, put it around your head, kind of figure out what would be a good width. Okay, that looks good. You can make a little mark, open it up, voila, you're ready to go on that. If you would like to, and you have stiff colored paper, 65-pound paper would be good. This goes through the printer, but you can just cut down the length of it, use your ruler. I'm going to go the width of this ruler, but I seem to have no pencil here, so I'll just cut it by eye. Just down the long side. Ah, thank you, Mr. Assistant. Punch your holes.
Hello?
You have a headband. You're ready for your curling ribbon. And you can do this with white. You can do it with any color. And just tie it off. But as I said, doesn't have to be curling ribbon. It could be anything. It just adds a little lightheartedness to the whole operation. Okay, voila, technology. And you just tie it around your head. We're going to put that to one side. So that's it for headbands. Pretty simple. Nothing too complicated there.
So Elizabeth, did you make two headbands? One that's one piece and one that's with the string?
I did. I made one that can sit on your head like a circlet.
Yeah.
Like so. And
Okay,
then I made one that ties on the back of your head,
okay,
like so. All
Got
these
it.
are all possibilities off the main. And we're going to go to crowns. This is page 5.
It's a big work.
Okay, page 5 has the crowns listed on one side and what I'm calling candles on the other. And you're going to cut it so that you can release the crown part. And you will have a nice white crown. Or if you want a smaller petite crown, you can just draw a line 2 inches up from the bottom and cut off the excess. So you have a smaller one, or whatever pleases you. If you don't have heavy paper, cardstock, you can do one of 2 things. Here's the first. You can make 3 levels of copier paper, just glue stick it on, and that'll be heavy enough. That's 3 layers of copier paper. That's just fine. And then use your hole punch and cut your crenellations. Or, I just love coming up with this, junk mail. We all have plenty of junk mail. This one is from a retirement community. And I'm glue sticking it onto the crown and then cutting it out and punching my holes. So if you don't have cardstock, which is 65-pound paper, which does go through your printer, and you could have printed page 5 on that, feel free to use your junk mail. Absolutely no problem there. Headlines. These are greetings. Mwah. I greet you. Here we go. Does everybody have this?
Mhm.
Seen that? Can you read this when I hold it up to show you?
Mhm.
I want you to know that in your own self-image on your video, you will see your numbers, you will see your letters backwards. I see mine backwards, but everyone else sees you, they can read it right. Don't be worried about that. It's not a problem. Just expect that. Just as you can read mine, everyone will read yours. So there are greetings here. I put these were ones that I thought would be fun to say. Made it. Kudos. Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. Underused. Huzzah. Mazel tov. Cheers. Happy birthday. Celebrate.
Celebrate!
Yay. Salutamos. Yay. Okay.
Mhm.
These are all greetings that you can express to your friends. I'm going to choose a few and put them aside. Now, this next one is called badges. Think of these as medals or emblems or insignia or what accents, whatever. This is the page that looks like this. And again, this page would be very useful to scan your copier paper in the printer and make a copy onto 65-pound stock. If you don't have that, you know the route, junk mail, no problem. I suggest using your markers and have fun. Color it in and see which one appeals to you most, and then just cut it out and either stiffen it or use it on cardstock, because it's kind of fun to have an 80 that's hand colored. So we have, this is one that I'm gluing onto Optimum Online advertisements. Here's one I'm gluing onto another retirement community advertisement. It makes you feel kind of good to reuse these. Roman numeral on top of West 42nd Street playbill advertisement. So anyway, these are the badges. I'm going to choose a few, put them aside. And the last but not least, I'm calling candles. And this again is page 5. But this is this side. And what happened was Rob originally was typing out in different typefaces for me headlines for us, and they were too small. And I said, that's too small. Let's just put it aside. And then later, I looked at it and I said, well, I kind of like the size of them. And if I box them in and make little flame patterns, they could be candles on the top of a birthday cake. So I went with that. So I cut out your candle section. And I think it's fun to color it in like flames. I really like the yellow, the orange, and the red. Now, that's the second grader in me really coming out here. But I just go through it before you fine tune it, before you cut it. Color the flames yellow. Give them a little warmth with the orange. Told you it wasn't rocket science.
Mhm.
And then I like it that at the absolute point of fire, a little tip of red. I never get tired of it. Okay, so you have something that looks like a little flame.
Beautiful.
Go ahead and cut out your big box shape first. Always do the largest cutouts first, the easiest ones. And then you can begin to cut out the individual spears
boy.
here of the, what I'm calling candles. They could be exclamation points. When you cut them out, make a little point at the end. It makes it a little bit more, dramatic to have a point at the end, a little more pointy. Okay, so what you have is a whole bunch of spears. Let's make what I call a fanfare. Oops, I gotta do the other side. Sorry about that. I have to say that so often in my creative life, I have found mistakes have opened doors to new possibilities. So never feel worried if you make a mistake. You know, it's, you never quite know how things are going to turn out. So just stay tuned with it. Sometimes it's the best thing that could be happening. You never know. Okay, so we're going to make a fanfare here. I've done this in color. I've printed it in blue. I didn't, it's okay. I've printed in gold. It's okay, but it's better in white, I think, the candles, just because of the flame. So I'm going to cut these as a group, the points. Okay, and then for what I'm calling a fanfare, fold them in half, cut right through the fold, and spread out. I usually like to do it backwards. I don't know if you can see this, Bo. I think you can. I'm going to go with an odd number. Let's go with 5. I think 5 is a nice number. Fan it out. Use your Scotch tape. Can you see that, Bo? Yeah. Okay. Scotch tape, just jam it down. Turn it over. Yep, that looks okay. And we're going to Scotch tape the other side. Remember, this is not fine-tuned design. This is quick and dirty and fun, you know. This is, I'm calling a little fanfare. So I have some of those saved, and I'm going to choose those and put that aside. And we're going to just put a couple together to show you the options. Okay, I'm going to go with the crown. I'm going to choose happy birthday. I'm going to choose the googly eyes that I painted in green.
Mhm.
And I'm going to hold it together right now with paper clips because it takes too long to glue it for you, but it's very easy to use the glue stick. It's very easy to use the Scotch tape. So don't be shy about using your Scotch tape. It won't show.
Elizabeth, thanks very much. We got to get out of here. See
Okay,
you next Zoom.
okay.
Looking good, honey. Great
Okay.
job. Break a leg. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Okay,
Robert. Bye, Susan.
okay. So we have happy birthday with the googly-eyed 80, which I sort of like because it is sort of 80, but it's sort of not 80. It's a curious 80. It's a whimsical 80. And again, you're not going to get it at Hallmark.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Let's do Salutamos, of course. And we'll put the slogan down and I'll just paperclip it because it's so much easier right now. And the emblem goes right behind it. And normally you would Scotch tape it there, but I'm just going to paperclip it. Okay, so we have Salutamos. And obviously I chose to make that pink as well, but these possibilities are endless. But you know what? I think it needs a little more enthusiasm. So I'm going to add a fanfare of candles. Why not?
Why not? That looks good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
That looks great on you.
Okay, now let's see. Let's do the headband that we made earlier. I'm going to choose huzzah, which I really like. It's an underused word, I feel currently.
19th century.
19th century, my English major husband says. I'm sure Martha knows that too. Let's say I'm going to choose the Deco 80. And these were the candles that I tried in blue. They make a nice decorative shape. I don't read it too carefully, but I like it. So I'm paper clipping this on. We get the fanfare, and this is so much easier with Scotch tape.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Great.
Yeah.
Good job.
We have our little petite crown here. I'm going to give it the happy 80th birthday little candle at the bottom, which is very discreet and nice. Like so. I did even try weaving some of these spears through the crenellations at the top. Not terribly effective. Don't bother with that. But I do think maybe another little fanfare
Mhm.
would be nice for the tiara. Okie dokie. So that's putting them together. And obviously you want to do it in front of the mirror. And with paper clips, you can say, oh, well, I like this or I don't like this. Don't be afraid of putting things asymmetrically. It's much more dramatic that way. Doesn't have to be level or straight. But that's not all. I have a late entry.
Oh, wow.
If you don't want to wear silly hats, here's a fanfare with a little bit of curling ribbon. Voila, corsage. End of story.
Mhm.
If you save bows like I do, you could add a bow to it. Voila, bigger corsage. I don't know why here's a hat band for your favorite hat. Made it. Don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. This is a regular headband. If you Scotch tape one of your greetings onto it, you're done. But I had made a mistake and I had to add page 6, as Joan will remember, because the word I most wanted to have was celebrate, and I had left it off the list of greetings because I knew it was on there, but I didn't get it on there. Okay, so page 6 has celebrate on it with 2 side bands. And I realized I was just about to go to a reunion with some classmates from my high school. We meet every other year and join together for 4 or 5 days. And I wanted to give them something. And since I was doing all of these party hats for you guys, I thought I'd like to bring them party hats too, but they're not Barnard, they're not class of 63, you know? So I made a all occasion portable party hat form. And if you do have cardstock, I've already printed up 12 of these because I like to send them out in the mail. So here's what I brought down to my friends in little business envelopes to my friend, blah, blah. And inside in a cover letter where I said how much I loved them and why was their own celebration.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Oh,
And I included a little bit of ribbon, and you just have to include a paper clip so they can close it. But we all sat around and had dinner with these. So mwah, there we go. So these are the portable party hats, and I'm done. Any questions?
Fabulous.
It's so inspiring. I even have curly ribbon. I have curly ribbon. I'm so tickled.
Yes, yes. What fun to be with you. And you know, if you don't feel like doing any of this, that's fine. Just seeing you smile is great. That's what we want to give each other.
Yeah. How do you print on cardstock? I'm curious, Elizabeth, how do you print on cardstock?
You just stick it in the printer. It
It doesn't jam or anything?
no,
No.
5 pound doesn't jam. Does anybody use it?
Yeah, I use it.
No.
I
Yeah,
find I have to take out the regular printer paper.
Yeah.
Otherwise it
okay.
gets caught. And so I will put in 2 or 3 pieces of cardstock and print it
Okay,
directly.
perfect.
And then make sure you let it dry if it's got a gloss
Yeah.
on the cardstock.
good idea. Yeah,
Elizabeth, this is a folder.
yeah.
Would that work?
It would work. I don't know if it would go through the printer, but you could use it to, you can trace the crown on there, or you can cut a headband out of it.
It's heavier than cardstock?
I don't know.
Oh, the other thing is if it's you're going to have to cut it down to an 8.5 by 11 size.
Absolutely right.
Mhm.
Marlene?
Also, Elizabeth, I would recommend the dollar store for supplies.
Absolutely right. That's great. Yes. It's amazing what they have in the stationery places and in the dollar store particularly.
You can also get all kinds of ribbons and
Yes, you can.
markers and paper and
And glitter on everything. anything you can
Everything.
possibly
You
want.
know, I could have gone much crazier, but there's a limit to everything.
Where's the glue?
Yeah, you can pick up tissue paper and make just cut a circle and make a little flower out of it. and add it.
Yes, yeah. I particularly like the,
Wrapping paper too works.
yeah. And I was going to experiment using the New Yorker magazine as a crown, but it didn't read quite as well visually as I'd hoped. But in personal, one-on-ones, it would. There are a lot of things you can use, wrapping paper, you can recycle almost everything.
What
I
about,
would also,
what about folding newspaper hats out of
Sure.
paper?
Absolutely,
Mhm.
What
absolutely.
about comics?
You mean like a pirate?
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember doing that as a kid.
It looks like a boat.
too.
Exactly.
Yes,
Turn it
yes.
upside
uh-huh.
And you
I
could, you could,
I
You
think
can
we're
slide
getting
a
the
feather.
right mood here.
Who remembers how to do that?
I do.
Oh, good for you.
a long time ago.
Yes,
Well,
a
I
very
had
long time
also-
ago.
Had
I-
to
I
teach
would
my grandchildren.
recommend
Yes, grandchildren are an enormous resource.
Also, for anyone who is having difficulty with the idea of 80, I use double 40.
40-40?
40 plus 40.
Okay, good idea. Good idea. I'm kind of proud to be 80, but That's so far.
It's a big one.
It's
I'm
a
glad
big
we're, I'm glad we're celebrating it. It is a big one.
Well, I'm
Well,
glad.
you know, 80 is the new, 80 is the new 79.
Uh,
And you know what I found, and won't surprise to many of you, but instead of buying 36 yards at the stationery store for $5, you can buy 500 yards for $3 if you're willing to wait 2 or 3 weeks. You can just order it online.
And also you can get it at the dollar store.
Yeah.
At the dollar store, yeah. So,
If you want to put a little different saying on your hat, you could say, we look 25, we feel 26, we act 19, which makes us 80.
yes, and again,
That's
Marlene.
good.
We look 25, we feel 26, we act 19, and you add it up, it makes us 80.
Thank you.
It's very cute.
Well, what fun.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. This was
Elizabeth.
so, I hope this was fun for you. I hope it was fun for you.
It's
Yeah.
really inspiring. It really is.
It is
Wonderful.
really good.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I
much,
love to
Elizabeth.
see your smiles, and that makes it all worthwhile. And that's what we can give to each other for free. So,
Yeah, right.
Thank you
Indeed.
so much.
I
It's
think,
great.
I think the
That's
people
great.
who don't wear special hats are gonna feel very regretful that they didn't participate.
Well, we're,
Here's your hat.
I have Marlene's celebration treats is now posted to YouTube.
Okay.
You can look under, search celebration treats and search my name, just Joan Freilich, because
okay,
for our 75th birthday, I created a channel for that video from our 75th,
Marlene's back.
which you can watch, but that one's got a lot of hitches in it. We had a lot of technical issues. But I finally managed to post Marlene's celebration treats. And so now if I don't forget how I did that, I'm gonna post Elizabeth's too.
excellent.
Great.
That, please, Joan, repeat it. What do we go to YouTube?
YouTube.
Not yet. She hasn't done it yet. She's gonna do it.
Well, no, I just posted Marlene's. So Marlene's is posted and the 75th is posted. And the channel name is just Joan Freilich. It's just my name on the channel. If you search for my name, you find a bunch of Barnard stuff also, but it's there.
Are you going to post this, Joan?
Yes, I'm gonna.
Yes, yes, that's what she
I'm gonna
said.
figure out how to do it again. If I did it this morning, I should do it tonight.
So that means that if you're able to do that, that means that, and you, of the several emails you're probably gonna send out with instructions about the party, you can alert people that they can have their own party hat
Absolutely. And treats, make treats too.
and
Wow.
treats.
Terrific, Joan.
So the only thing they need is the PDF.
Right? And if you're really stylish,
Marlene.
Already got it.
Hey,
you can put an 80 on. My kids gave me these hats for my 80th birthday. And you can just add to it.
It just.
great, great.
Perfect.
Have fun, as Elizabeth said.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you soon.
Thank you,
Bye,
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Wonderful to see y'all.
And
Well,
the preparation. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for taking us
Thank
to
you.
kindergarten. It's been fabulous.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye.